Hey y'all, it's cold outside. So guess what that means? It's time to break out the crock pot. I have a meal for you that's quick, easy, and delicious. It is a quick and easy beef stroganoff, and the best part of it, it's got my favorite soup in there, which is cream of mushroom, my favorite. Again, I always like to talk about my kids when they were little because I always like to introduce something different. If I said, y'all want some cream of mushroom? They're like, heck no. Anyway, if you sneak it in, they're like, this is good. Let them eat it a couple more times and then tell them what it is. Anyway, again, y'all, my kids are not grown. Okay, they are grown. They're young adults now. But when I think of some of the meals that I make, it instantly brings me back to when they were small. Because again, I only had 2 choices of meals. Take it, leave it. So I always had to find different ways to make it fun, as I always say. So this is one of my favorites. I love cream of mushroom soup. No one else in my family did it at one point, but now they love it because they don't really think about it. They just eat it. So let's talk about some beef stroganoff. So I went to Walmart today and got some beef stew or some stewed beef, whatever. I love it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it, like I always do. I like to brown it and then put it in the oven, or brown it and put it in a crock pot. Makes the cooking process go a little bit better, but it makes the meat look a little more appetizing. So we're gonna start with our beef stew. So let me go get it real quick. Actually, first let me get my gloves on. Let me get my gloves on. All right. Let me go get my stewed beef. All right. This is some beautiful meat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it in my little pan here so I can get it nice and seasoned. I already rinsed and cleaned the meat after I took it out of the pack. So we got that there. The seasons that I'm going to do today for this meat is just real simple. I love Complete. That is like my favorite meat for like a lot of beef. I like it for a lot of things, but I really like it for beef. So I'm going to get some of that. And also some black pepper. So let's get this meat all seasoned up. We're gonna go ahead and put our pepper on here. Let me turn on my little griddle here. Let me take a little break. This little griddle here, I've had for so long. Yes, I can use my big stove, but this thing right here, it's like a warm blanket. I love this skillet. You can do everything in it. But anyway, small little commercial break, sorry. All right, so let's go ahead and get this seasoned up real quick. We're gonna put some pepper on here. And we're gonna put this, I love me some Badia. Complete. Okay, good. All right, we're gonna put some of this on here. This has a really good taste. And again, this also has my favorite, Sazon. Anyway, like we uncovered last couple times, is Sazon is seasoning, but I just really love this seasoning. So let's yes, I could just reach in here and grab it, but I don't really like it. Let's put a little bit more Sazon on here. And again, all we're gonna do is get this seasoned up and brown it. So I got my skillet warming up. I'm gonna get some oil in just a second. Put a little bit more pepper. And I don't add any extra salt because all these seasons already have salt in it. So I don't like to add more because sometimes I might get a little heavy-handed and meals ruined because you can't remove the salt once you add too much. So this for me is perfect. So we got enough seasoning there. And now I'm just gonna go grab some oil. I'll be right back. Okay, so got me some oil, and pretty much I use vegetable oil for everything. Sometimes I used to use olive oil all the time, which I love, but just can't get my hands on it when I need it, and I always have vegetable oil, always. So it's my go-to oil. So we're gonna put some in here. I feel my pot's already warm, and I'm telling you, I love my little Presto skillet. It's my favorite. So we're gonna get this meat all browned up. And I got my little gloves on because I don't like touching meat. Okay. So we're gonna get this brown. And like I said, we're not cooking it all the way. We're just gonna brown the meat. Oh boy, it's smelling so good. And the good thing about your crock pot, you can start it, get it going before you go to work. Come home from work, it's already ready. You can smell it when you pull up in the driveway. Or you can do it late at night before you go to bed. And then you can wake up in the morning and it smells delicious. But me, I like to do it before I go to work. And sometimes I come and maybe turn it off when I go to lunch, maybe, but that doesn't happen too often. Usually I just put it slow and low, and let it cook all day. Because I like my meat nice and tender. I don't want to chew it too much. If I got to chew it 4 and 5 times and chewing, I don't want to eat it. All right, we're almost done browning this. That's why I like my little quick, fast, easy. And it smells so good. And usually my goal is I like to cook a lot for dinner. And then sometimes it's so much you don't eat seconds, you can pack your seconds and have it for lunch the next day. Again, we're trying to keep from going to all these different stores because like I always say, I can cook it right here in this house. All right, that looks pretty good. We're gonna let it cook a little bit more, just a little bit. Perfect, that looks good. As you can see, it's already browning. Okay, we're about to take this out. All right, we are done with the browning. We're going to turn this off. We're going to take our meat out and put it in our pan so we can place it into our crock pot. This smells divine. And we just wanted to brown a little bit, give the meat a head start. Even though it's still going to cook in the crock pot, it's going to just be even more delicious. Seasons all in the meat. All right. Okay. Now we're going to get our crock pot ready. Just going to turn this off real quick and just replace it. Let me take my little gloves off real quick. Let me just replace it real quick. Just gonna be real safe and easy. I already turned it off. Just gonna unplug it. Move this over here for now. Actually, I'll just put it right here in the sink. And get my crock pot out. I went ahead and lined it already. I went ahead and put the lining in. For the longest, I would never put a lining in my crock pot. I just sat there and just dealt with scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. I finally got the revelation to get a liner. Okay, so we got our crock pot lined. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn it on. I'm gonna turn it on low, like 10 hours. And I'm gonna put it on low. Oh, I guess I need to plug it up. I'm gonna cook this on low, 10 hours, right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and place my beef back in the pan, in here. Not back in, but add it here. Okay, got my meat in there. Now, I'm gonna add my seasonings. I'm just leave my little spoon right there. Since I actually doubled up on the beef, so I'm gonna double up my recipe. We have our Lipton onion mix, or soup dip mix. This one's just regular onion. If I can get my life together here, we can get this in here. So we're gonna go ahead and put both packets in. Both packets. Love me some onion. We're gonna add both packets. Cream of mushroom. We're gonna add 2 cans. Let me just rinse off that top. I always rinse off the top because at the end of the day, I don't know who's been touching on my little can over here or where it's been sitting. So we're gonna put 2 cans in here. Okay. Add that in there. It's the first one. I'm trying to do this where I don't shoot it across the room. And here's that second. So let's mix that around real quick. It's kind of weird mixing around in a little plastic bowl, plastic container, but it's all right. Oh, this smells good, and it's not even cooked yet, like always. It really smells good. All right, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and cover this up. And we're just gonna let it cook down real low and slow I have it for 10 hours. So we're just gonna do that. Let me get my top. How easy can you get? You can't get any easier than this. You cannot. There we go. I guess the only easy way is to go somewhere and buy it, but we're not doing that. All right, so all we're gonna do, we're just gonna wait 10 hours. We'll come back and visit it, and then we'll finish it off.
10 hours later.
Hey y'all, 10 hours later, I'm back. Just got home from work, and guess what? I gotta get these Wolverines fed. As soon as you walk in the house, they're like, hey mom, hey babe, how you doing? But on the back of their mind, you know they wanna ask, what we having for dinner? So, and plus they came home smelling the crock pot going, and they just wanna know what is going down for dinner. So, got the stroganoff and the beef in the crock pot. We're gonna finish that up in a little bit. We're gonna look at it, stir it up and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna prepare the sides. One of my favorite sides that you guys will soon know, if you don't know already, is broccoli. We always have broccoli on standby. My mom makes fun of me because she cannot believe that I like broccoli this much and that my family likes broccoli this much. Of course, they didn't always like broccoli. But if you feed it enough and you season it up and put some fun flavors in there, they're going to like that broccoli. So anyways, I'm going to steam some broccoli. And I found that it's easy for me just to put it in the microwave. A lot of people don't like to cook in the microwave, but that's other people. I like to cook in the microwave. Some things, mainly steaming vegetables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some broccoli in the microwave, get that nice and steamed and delicious. So I got these bags. Sorry it's too loud. You can't hear me through all this riddle rattle. Put it in here. Probably driving my camera girl crazy with all this noise. Say hey, Leah. All right, so I tried to do 1 pack of broccoli thinking that was cute. It was enough to put maybe 1 or 2 florets on my family's plate, so no, 3. My daughter had one of her friends laughing at work one time because when I prepare meals, I'll sometimes put them in the big chafing pan, the big silver pans. And so when she was sharing that with a coworker friend, they thought we were having a banquet or a celebration. She's like, no, that's everyday dinner. Sad. But anyway, so we got our broccoli here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this over to the microwave. I'm going to put a top on it because, again, we don't want anything blowing up and splattering up all over in the microwave because I don't want to clean it up. So what we're going to do is put a cover on here. Also, the cover is going to create that steam so it gets all, so this will defrost because, again, this is frozen. So we're going to just get it so that it thaws out and then we'll season it later. We're not going to season it now. We're going to go ahead and get it defrosted and then we'll season it. Okay, let's get this to the microwave. Okay, so now we've got our pot with water. We are gonna go ahead and get our egg noodles prepared. I love egg noodles. They're nice and soft, they're tender. They just got that little chewy taste. I don't know, I might not be explaining it right, but they taste good. So we're gonna get our water seasoned. We're gonna put my favorite, which is this chicken bouillon. Love it. It's not just salt, it's got that flavor. I love it. So we're gonna put some of this in here. And I'd say maybe about a tablespoon. This is my tablespoon. But about a tablespoon should be fine. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here just to keep the noodles from sticking to each other. Put a little bit in here. Keep them from being sticky. There we go. And let's put this on high. Getting used to cooking back on gas. I haven't cooked on gas in a many years. So there, we're just gonna wait for this to come to a rapid boil and then we're gonna add our egg noodles. Ooh, yes. Okay, it's time to start adding our noodles because when the water starts dancing, it's time. So we're gonna go ahead and add our egg noodles in here. Gonna stir it around a little bit and it's gonna start rolling back up again. Okay, we're gonna let that bubble back up again. Oh, that looks so good. It almost kind of looks like chicken noodle soup a little bit. All right, we're gonna let these bubble. I'm gonna go ahead and get my colander ready so we can get these noodles out. We don't want them to stand there and get gummy. That's the one thing I don't want, is them to be all gummy and sticky. Oh, the water's dancing again. Awesome. All right, I'm adding this wooden spoon. I heard this from my mom. So anytime this starts bubbling up, for whatever reason, when you have the wooden spoon on top, it don't bubble out the pot. Don't know why, not sure why, but the junk works. As you can see, the bubbles are going back down into the pot. If not, we would have had a whole mess. Okay, I'm gonna stir these noodles up real quick. Yeah, that looks amazing. And as you see, that water, they're not bubbling out of here. Turn this down a little bit, just a little bit. My flame is just a little too high. I think I had a campfire ready. I don't know. All right. And no, you don't have to keep turning it and turning it, but I don't want to turn my back. Again, like I said, I'm getting used to being back on gas stove. I was on electric for many, 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 many years. But that's a story for another time. Oh yeah, they're looking good. For whatever reason, I've learned these egg noodles don't cook as long as the regular noodles. These actually cook pretty fast. As you can see, they're already getting there. Gotta be careful, I'm feeling some heat over here. This smells like, okay y'all, smell-o-vision, activate smell-o-vision, because it smells like chicken noodle soup. Again, my good old chicken bouillon. It smells like chicken noodle soup. It smells amazing, and it tastes good because you can eat the noodles plain with nothing. They're already seasoned. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And the thing is, we don't want to cook it too long. Oh, those look good. Oh yeah, look at that. It smells so good. All right. That looks good. And in a minute, I'm gonna get my, I decided, we're gonna do some garlic bread. Garlic bread tastes amazing with this, along with our broccoli. Who don't like garlic bread? Well, I shouldn't say that. Who in this family don't like garlic bread? We all love it. Let's see. Okay, these noodles are almost done. Just a few more swirls, and it's almost time to take them out. Okay, after 7 minutes of this cooking in that boiling water, we're gonna go ahead and pour them out. Oh, that looks good. Okay. They look and oh, they smell good. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pour them in this bowl. And I'm gonna add, get in there, little noodle. Okay, you just wanna be ornery. All right, we're gonna add just a little bit of oil in here so they don't stick together. Just a tiny bit, just a little. And then I'm just gonna stir it up so they don't stick together. We're ready to tear this up. All right, so we're just gonna let them, we're gonna go ahead and get ready. We're gonna prepare the garlic bread, and then it's time to eat. All right, we got that broccoli out of the microwave. It is looking delicious. First of all, I gotta take a break. Look at these cute little mitts that my husband bought me. They're so cute. Ah. Anyway, let's see. All right, let's get this broccoli nice and seasoned. So we're gonna do a couple of my favorites. We're gonna shake a little bit of this lemon pepper. It's my favorite. This already has your salt, your pepper, and your lemon flavor all in it. You don't have to add any salt in my family. I'm gonna shake some of this on here because we're gonna put this in the microwave for just maybe 2-3 minutes just to seal all the seasoning in. So we're gonna do all that. That's enough there. I have another favorite. This one right here. This Kinder's. I'm telling you, Kinder's, I don't care what flavor it is, they are the bomb. Thank you, Caitlin. All right, so this is my favorite to go really well with this broccoli, which is the butter garlic herb. All right, let's shake some of this in there. It's got a really good buttery flavor that I just love. Okay, it's just broccoli just jumping out at me. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, smell-o-vision, activate. All right. And it's got butter in here, which I love, but you know me, I still like butter. I'm gonna add 2, maybe 3 tablespoons of butter in here. Okay, I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna do 2. And then I'm just gonna put this in the microwave just for maybe 3 minutes. And then we'll be done with the broccoli. Okay, y'all, dinner is done. The wolves are howling, so it's time to get them fed. Gotta make sure I take care of the leader of this house first. I'm gonna go ahead and make his plate. My husband he doesn't eat a whole lot at one time. He's really watching how he eats. So, especially with the pasta, I'm gonna go really light on that, but he wants to taste it all. So let's give him a little bit there. And whatever he don't, he'll save it for tomorrow, or one of the Wolverines will eat it for him. Get rid of that. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. And it smells good. Okay, y'all. Turn on the smell-o-vision. All right, so got that. Let's add a little bit of broccoli. I always struggle. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. Put some broccoli on here. Just a couple of pieces. And he doesn't eat a whole lot of bread, but he does, like he said, he wanted to taste everything. So let me grab him some bread out of the oven. I'll be right back. So let me place that on there for him. Look at that, y'all. All right, dinner is served.
Beef stroganoff.
Yes. Broccoli and
This meat real tender, falling apart.
I know.
Thank you for those small portions too.
You're welcome. You want some hot sauce? All right.
Yep.
Oh, let me have some. Thank you. You ain't gonna eat all that bread. Good?
Mm-hmm.
What you rate my meal, honey? What's my meal rating?
Always, baby. 10 out of 10.
All right, enjoy.